All right, hey y'all, welcome back. This is Where's the Lie? Where's the Lie? That's what we're talking about. Where's the Lie with Bobby Fish? And I have, man, I the guest that I have today. He needs no introduction. He is one half of the Rock and Roll Express. He is he's part of most of your childhoods out there, mine included. Um, Ricky Morton, the man, the myth, the legend. How we doing, sir?
You know what, Bobby? Thank you for having me on your show. And yes, I'm still alive. So, guys, I'm still kicking and
Yes,
I'm
sir.
still out there on the road. No, it's just a pleasure to be on your show, Bobby. I appreciate it very much.
Well,
This business is all I know. And been
yeah,
celebrating my 50th year,
I
and I
saw that.
still wrestle. Okay.
Yeah. I saw that before we got on here. I was doing a little bit of looking around, and I saw that 50 years. That's insane. And so, what if you had to boil it down to one thing, um, Mr. Morton? What would you what's kept you going?
Well, one thing kept me going is bills. Uh, no, and I'm going to say this to you, and please, I don't want nobody to think that I'm trying to do it. I've been through 5 decades of wrestling. I When we
That's
started
insane.
out,
That's
I never, ever in my life got a contract in this business. And my biggest year in the business, so don't feel sorry for me, please don't, because I live one of the best lives in the world. My biggest year in the business is only $125,000, and
hmm
that's when I worked on top for Crockett.
hmm
Uh, so I'm still out here. I'm a second generation wrestler,
hmm
and I have my son Kerry, which is a third generation wrestler.
hmm
And what keeps me going is to be able to share those moments with my son
Yeah.
that I shared with my dad,
Yeah.
and it's priceless, Bobby.
Yeah.
Really priceless. And the times we spent,
Yeah.
just coming off the road for GCW, and just those 3 days of us spending together.
Right.
I hope to him it means as much as him as it did to me.
Well, I would think that almost any man could relate to the fact that, like, okay, you want your son to possibly follow in your footsteps, whatever those footsteps might be. Um, and so for you to not only have that be the case, but you can actually have a hand on that process with him because you're still doing it, and then you're out there on the road. Um, Sharing it with him as he does it, as he's discovering these things, first time, and you've been there, done that, but like you get to see that process. That's got to be remarkable.
Yes, it is, and I don't know if you keep up with what's going on. And what's great about this is that I wrestled him. We've been wrestling each other for the last 3 days. But what
Oh,
was
really? Get out of here.
and I seen you in Boca Raton that night. I wrestled in that.
Yeah.
You remember?
Oh my
But,
God.
but you see, I keep it to the. See, I'm from the old school, man, and I got to try to make. I don't try to. I just want the people to believe that it's a father and son match. And if you
Right.
notice, I never hit him in my fist. I never, slap shit out of him. But I don't.
Sure.
I don't hit him with my fists. I don't hit him with chairs. I don't do that. So I make our matches like it's a believable
Right.
father and son match. And it's not all these damn high spots. It's not all
Right.
this right here. And it got over so good, Bobby, that been on the road with GCW, but not only
Yeah.
us, the whole
Yeah.
card. We had packed houses all
Yeah.
week.
Well, I think with GCW too, from what I've seen, like it's a smorgasbord, if you will. Like they check all the boxes. I'm not totally familiar with their shows as a rule, but from what I've seen and what I've heard, like there's a little bit of everything, and there's something for everybody. And at the end of the day, that's what pro wrestling represents. You know,
That's what sells tickets.
yeah,
Do you understand me? That's what sell tickets. You give them a little bit of everything and
uh
not
huh,
just a whole lot of one thing.
right.
Uh, and it is wrestling. You know, you come out there, the matches are great, and you get into that, and nobody's out there on the microphone for 30 fucking, excuse my language, I mean, nobody's out there
Oh,
on the microphone
please,
for,
please,
for
it's
30
all good.
minutes.
Be
And
candid.
and you know you're waiting there trying to get a hook to pull them off stage. You know it's great. Everybody there knows their job. They know what they're doing,
Yeah,
and I'm not sitting here trying to be butter up to nobody. Brett Lauderdale's a great promoter. He understands that when we come to the ring, we have our stories to tell, and he
yep.
lets you tell it your way. And
That's
that's
awesome.
and that's what I love about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that and so would you say then that is the story in a match, is that paramount? Is that the biggest thing for you all these years? Would you boil it down to like, okay, are you going out there and telling a story, or are you running a bunch of high spots?
That's right. Well, this is my opinion. I'm going to start off. I know I'm jumping from limb to limb, and you got to bear
All
with me.
good. All good.
When you see guys go out there doing a bunch of hot spots, they're just having a match for themselves. They don't give
Mm-hmm.
a shit about the show. All they give a shit about is what's for them. This is
Mm-hmm.
my opinion. I got it. Everything's got to tell a story. When and when guys learn that when you run a thing, you're out there, you all got to work together.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and I'm going to say this for instance. Now, Bobby, if I was on a show or next show, you're wrestling this guy and I'm wrestling this show, and listen to me, it's my job to get this guy over to wrestle you.
Mm-hmm.
See, guys don't understand that no more.
Yeah.
You see, it's my job to get him ready for you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not my job to go out there and do this and others. It's just to get it ready. And our business, that's the reason I do so good on independent shows.
Mm-hmm.
And we still do because I tell a story for the next show.
Right.
You know, last weekend we was there, and every night we told a story. Well, see, it's like I was telling Carrie and the boys. We're here tonight. We're already here. Now we got tomorrow night. We're
Yeah.
working for tomorrow night. Then when it comes Saturday night, I said, now we're working for Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And that's what our business is like that. Right? And don't get me wrong. I mean, you big corporate businesses, it's a whole lot of difference. But when you're out
Yeah.
here trying to survive on our shows, and that's the reason I've still been around for a long time.
Right.
You know, I know that I can't wrestle forever, and I know I'm an old man. I know
Mm-hmm.
that I would like to have, you know, people was well, let somebody else have a shot too. But on the independent circuit, yeah, I can let you have that shot, but you're going to draw 5 people.
Right.
I'm drawing 300 and 400 people. So
Mm-hmm.
don't you understand? And sit in the back and watch and listen and learn.
Right.
Then I might be able. Then you might be able to do that.
Right. Well, and that's the way the business was, right? The
Yes.
way that when you came up in the business, like it was being passed on, and it was something that like you learned on the job, and you went out there, and that's you got the reps, and that's how you learned to do this. Um,
Yes. We was at a time too, Bobby, when the boys depended on each other.
yeah,
And we did. And I'm going to say this right off the bat, and then here we go. Here we go to another tree limb.
that's all right. That's all right.
But
Climb that tree.
we, at our time, we depended on each other. You know,
Mhm.
when you shot an angle, you know, it the boys depended on me and Robert, or me and the Midnight Express, or me and the Andersons, and they depended on Ric Flair to sell these buildings out
Right.
before we could make money. You know, you
Hmm.
didn't get paid by contract. You got paid by how many asses in the seats.
Hmm.
And trust me on this, the promoter got the first count.
Mm.
So That's the way that shit worked.
Hmm.
Okay.
Well, you bring up Ricky. You bring up Flair, and like one of the first things that I remember from you was your feud with Flair. It was a deviation of you were a tag team guy, and it was the Rock and Roll Express, and you guys had the legendary. Rivalry with the Andersons and with the Midnight Express, but then you uh, like shot off, and I remember one of the first times like making taking note of you was because you were getting a shot at the world title, and that wasn't the norm for tag team guys coming up at that time.
Yeah, Bobby, you see, you got to be prepared
Hmm.
for anything that happens. And I tell guys this that's in our business, the business don't come to you. You have to go get it. You got to be at the right place at the right time.
Sure.
And at this time, me and Robert Godwin was over, brother, the tag team wrestling, and they
Hmm.
was pushing Magnum TA to be, the next heavyweight champion. That's what
Sure.
that was all about. And the
Yep.
mathematic car wreck paralyzed
Yeah.
him. Okay, and now where you going? Now had all these matches was Rick, and for some reason that night Robert was not at TV, and I
Hmm.
don't know if he wasn't. So I had a single match,
Hmm.
and
So is
when I
that how it came
well,
about,
he was
Ricky?
looking for something. I had a single match, but then here comes Rick back and tells Jimmy Crockett and Dusty said, "Damn, I want to work with him." Jesus Christ, you see that match he just had? And
Really?
oh yeah, and I gotta hand it to Dusty. Don't always think, and I'm not out here trying to be that great baby face and the background of here. Me and Dusty didn't always get along. I can tell you that.
Sure.
But Dusty knew.
Right.
Dusty knew because he would set me down and make me understand what he wanted. See, that's what a booker does, and
Yeah.
this is what they miss out today
Yeah.
because they have
Lost.
you have your agents that's never worked main event. You have agents back there, and please, I'm not knocking you guys. I'm just telling the damn truth.
No, speak freely, sir.
And then when you're in your production meeting, they're not explaining what story you want. They're not
Mm.
explaining what we're gonna do next week or what we're gonna do next month. They're not explaining this shit. They just saying have this match.
Mm.
Well, it don't mean shit.
Hmm.
But see now, I was at that place, and Dusty knew that I could understand, and that's the reason Dusty liked me because I could understand what he was thinking,
Hmm.
where his mind was going to with this match.
Hmm.
You ever noticed? And I don't in our day, Dusty, and this is why I learned. This is the reason I've been successful in Independence, Smoky Mountain, when I was on my own, because when I helped with the book, I was ahead of myself by 6 months.
Hmm.
I knew where I was going to be at 6 months. And
Hmm.
I knew where I had my boys, had my main event and my semi main event, where I wanted to go to in 6 months. And I explained it to you.
Hmm.
And it's just like right now. I mean, see,
So is that the lost art? Is that where the booking nowadays
yes,
kind of
it's lost.
loses
But,
its heart? Is
well, to me, it's lost that way too. But I love the boys, and I'm so glad
of
for all you
course.
guys that's made these millions of dollars, and you saved it, and that's great. But you got to have something in there. Listen, guys, I know you're making $1 million, but you got to do business with me.
Mm.
Shit, it's not about you, and this is what really makes my ass want to dip red man. Because you're not understanding what I'm trying to tell you.
Mm.
I'm a baby face, and even back then, I'm the baby. I hate to lose. I hate to win a match.
Right.
And the reason why I want to tell you that, hey, if I beat you, if I had an angle going with you, Bobby, and you're a heel, and if I beat you, I already beat you.
Right.
You got to keep screwing
Story's
me.
done. Right.
Yeah, you got to keep every match we have a stipulation, but you
Hmm.
still screw me every time.
Right.
Until you had the blow off, okay? Then until you had the blow off, and then I slide over you and you still beat the shit out of me. When it's over,
Mm-hmm.
leave me laying in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's the way it goes, and that's the persona that Ric Flair and I had. Uh,
100%, because that's what
yes,
I thought. When I was you know, a fan watching it and seeing like, okay, well, uh, normally Rick's in there with another singles competitor, and this is him in there with a tag guy. Like, how is this different? But like, I was tuning in for it. I loved that it was
couldn't wait.
different, and I wanted to see how that would be different.
Yeah, you couldn't wait the next week.
Hmm.
Uh, and you notice this, Bobby. Because like I've seen this several times. AEW be coming on TV,
Hmm.
and I already know the finishes to every match.
Yeah.
Somebody's done posted all the damn finishes. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
I hate that.
Oh, of course.
Shut up.
Yeah.
I mean, whoever's doing this, shut up. Get out of
Yeah.
my business. Go kill yourself. Because I don't. You're not out there trying to get yourself over. You're hurting the wrestlers. Is all you're doing.
Hmm.
But but I want to get back to this. I think that I was the most luckiest guy in the world because everybody has their own opinion about everything. It's like your ass. Everybody's got one.
Hmm.
But to me, I went to the Ric Flair College.
Yeah.
I mean, we just didn't wrap. You know what? We went 17 straight days, hour time limits every night, twice on Saturday and twice on Sunday.
So, Ricky, take us back to that. Then, what is that like? Is there, and this is a day and age when there's not the conversation that exists between opponents the way it is today. So, how much interaction did you and Rick have before getting out there? And then how much of like what's the give and take when you're actually out there, when you're in the ring?
Uh, Times were different then.
Sure.
Rick was the veteran. Rick was the world champion. He called the whole match.
Yeah.
Now, we kayfabe back then.
Sure.
Do you think I went over to the Hills dressing room and me and Rick were going to talk about what we're going to do for an hour? I didn't know
No,
shit.
God no.
And half of the times, because Dusty liked to do this, and I'm glad because he didn't like to have give finishes. 9 out of 10 times, and this is even with our run with the Midnight Express, and even with the Andersons and the Russians, you didn't get your finish till you got in the ring.
Really? And so then how is the finish delivered in the
This,
ring? How do you
this right here,
find out?
Tommy Young. I love Tommy Young.
Referee.
Free in the world. Yeah, you just say heels over. That's all we say.
That's it.
In the ring, heels over.
Oh my God. It's such
Okay.
a wow.
And step
Wow.
in the ring. And we did a lot of Broadways into. Step in the ring, Broadway. And I'm
Okay,
back.
so you get the finish, and then so for you and Robert,
Yeah.
um, you're over. Let's just say, for instance, so now is there conversation between you and Robert on the apron or
No, no.
whatever? Uh,
This is what made us great, Bobby. Well, plus you worked every night,
right,
worked every damn night. You didn't have no days off.
right.
Uh, it, wa- uh, and then here I'm going to start all over again. Sorry.
No, please.
Traveling down the road with my dad, he told me one thing. He says, Ricky, in this business, you're never going to get over the booker, or you're never going to get over the owner if he wrestles. But one thing you're going to have in a territory is a semi-main event. And he said that's tag team wrestling. And the
Hmm.
business is changing. If you stop and see, now we're starting to draw. And my dad's telling me this stuff. You're starting to see now a younger crowd coming in, younger generation of people. Our business is fixing to change, and I promise you it
So
is.
this
It's
is
no more than
circa.
huh?
This is circa. What are we talking? 70s, 80s. When
No,
you're
this is in the
getting this
early '80s.
advice. Early
and
80s. Okay.
and he's telling me, if you noticed, these big 300 ugly guys are not in shape. They're not drawing no more.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I first of all, I teamed up with a gentleman. If you don't know him, look him up one day. Named Sonny King. He was a black wrestler, and a man out of Tampa, Florida.
Yep.
And see, every one of these guys, what an education I got. Then my next partner was Eddie Gilbert. And at this time, Eddie Gilbert wasn't even 18 years old, so he
Yeah.
couldn't wrestle in a lot of the athletic uh, town. But
States.
yes. But
Yeah.
Oklahoma was a territory for Leroy McGurk.
Uh-huh.
So I took Eddie. I went out to Oklahoma to learn, and Skandar Akbar tagged me up with Eddie Gilbert,
Uh-huh.
and we did good.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, we didn't
Hot
bust
stuff
your.
Eddie Gilbert, I remember.
Yes, and
Yep.
then I came back, to Memphis, and Jerry Jarrett teamed me up with a gentleman named Ken Lucas, best baby
Mm-hmm.
face ever in the world, and boy,
Really?
did I ever! Oh God, man, you just don't even understand me.
So would you credit Ken Lucas? Because you, Ricky, are, as far as the people I know in wrestling, like coming up, the one of the like the quintessential baby face is always said to be Ricky Morton. Like it could sell his ass off, and was is Ken Lucas the mentor for what?
Yeah,
I mean, for lack of a better term, you're the baby face of the generation that you're talking to right now.
yes, and being on the road with him and him talking to me. See, our biggest problem in the world today is the guys in the business do not understand our business.
Right.
I'm riding down the road with him, talking to him, and him making me understand what this is all about, where this is going. It's like me and I know you too. You do a seminar, and some of the guys you're talking to, you'd be better off talking to the damn wall.
Sure.
But one day, I told them all, I said, one day you're going to go, damn, that's what he's talking about,
Mm-hmm.
because it'll hit you in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
So when I did that, and then when, we went to Texas, and I came back, and Jerry Lawler was looking for a big babyface tag team,
Mm-hmm.
big babyface tag team to be the semi-main events. And
And
Robert,
Memphis was huge on psychology at that time, right? I mean, the
could,
whole thing was
could
always
you imagine wrestling in Memphis every Monday night at the Mid South Coliseum? It was sold out.
mm,
Every Tuesday in the Louisville Gardens, sold out. Every
yeah,
Wednesday in Evans, you see it. But see, you had to keep things going,
yeah.
and and Lawler put us together. But Jerry Jarrett is the one that owned it, and I want to tell you a little story here. And this is how I really understood, because Jerry Jarrett was a smart man, dude. Let me tell you,
Hmm.
I got to credit him as much as anybody for teaching me and learning.
Father of Jeff Jarrett.
Yes,
Yes.
I
Yeah. And well, here's the thing, Ricky, is I think that we have maybe younger fans as part of our audience here. I just want to make sure that they're up to speed because,
yes,
I feel like I've gotten older in it. So I'm sure. I
yeah,
just want to
and
make
I
sure
know
they
and
know.
I know I'm talking back in the dinosaur days, the
Hmm.
Western days, I guess, gunsmithers and shit. But this is how things work, and you couldn't back then, but you had to outsmart somebody. I was wrestling; they were fixing to give me a little push
Hmm.
before they did the thing, and it was a wrestler there, the Russian guy, Killer Carl Krupp.
Okay.
Great big guy. Anybody out there you don't know him, look it up.
Hmm.
I'm wrestling him in the single match in Memphis, and I'm going over, but he didn't want. It's one of these deals he don't want to sell for you.
Hmm.
He don't want to do this, so I just go to the ring, and I can tell he didn't want to sell for me. So okay, I called every finish there is in the book.
Hmm.
and he gave them to me, and I kicked out on every one of them. You hear me? Finally, on the finish,
Yes,
I moved
sir.
out of the turnbuckle, and I scoobboarded him 1, 2, 3, slid out on the floor, and went back to the dressing room. Now, Jeff Jarrett, I mean not Jeff Jarrett, Jerry Jarrett,
Jerry Jarrett.
he
Yes,
dipped him. He dipped at Copenhagen.
sir.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
coming back. He's over there. He goes, "Come here, come here, stand over here." I went, "Oh, sure, he's gonna chew my ass out about something." He goes, "Krupp didn't want to sell for you, huh?" And I'm not a stooge. I said, "Oh, we just had a match." He says, "Oh no, I watched your match.
Right.
Krupp didn't want to sell for you." He said, "He hit you with every finish in the world, and not two. You kicked out on one." He
Right.
goes, and this is funny. He said, "Then you beat him with a schoolboy and walked back to the dressing room." And he goes, "I think I'm gonna have to call Byrne." And I'm thinking, "Call Byrne?" He said, "Oh yes, and you're the toughest son of a bitch in the world. We got to put the world title on you." But you see, that in itself was an education.
Right.
And that is what Jerry Jarrett was trying to tell me about selling.
Yeah.
You can get those people, and this, in them days, watch our matches, Bobby. I'm reaching out to the crowd.
Yeah.
I'm reaching out. I'm crying.
Yeah.
Like they beat me, and gosh, man, you don't even understand. Before even Crockett happened in Louisiana, I watched Jimmy Cornette get his ass whipped so many times. He learned how to fight. We
Mm-hmm.
learned how to defend for ourselves because
Mm-hmm.
of the riots we had every night.
Yeah.
But I'm if I can make that person on the front row right there believe what Bobby Eaton is doing to me is
Right.
real. What do
Right.
you think about that guy that's up there at that top balcony, or the guy that's out there on TV watching us?
Yeah.
That's how it worked. And
Mm-hmm.
that's where me and Robert clicked because he was partners with his brother and he done learn all this stuff. And me giving Robert that hot tag, and I say it for everybody at their time. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Business in 1984, 85, and 86. Well, Robert and I, now I'm saying Robert and I were the most true babyface tag team, and we was the best in the world. And I'm not trying to pat myself on the back. I'm saying true babyface tag team.
Tag team. Right. Is
Yes.
that the art of tag team wrestling? There is for you have two, so you've got two parts.
Hey,
You don't want to be two of the same parts. One
yeah. Go
is
go
hot
back,
tag. One
Bobby, if you get
is.
a chance and watch.
Hmm.
Go back and watch everything we done. Everything we were about was a tag team.
Hmm.
He didn't come in and do all this. Everything before he tagged me, he'd shoot the guy off and give him a hit. One of our spots is to say for this, Bobby would build the heel out of the turnbuckle. He had head scissors right to me, shoot the guy off a gut shot, and I give him a Hurricane Corona. Back then it
Hmm.
was called a front head scissors.
Right.
But you see that you see how things worked?
Hmm.
What I'm just trying to tell you there. You don't see this no more.
Right.
Right now, my biggest thing is I watch the matches on TV and the heels and the baby faces. Just say, for instance, the heel has got the baby face in their own corner. They're getting heat on him right there in their own corner. And when you do that, all you're doing is burying the other guy in the other corner
Hmm.
and killing the referee.
Yeah.
And I've been trying to tell these guys this. And
Yeah.
even the baby faces, I said, "Man, quit, get the fucking heel out of your corner.
Right.
And I tell the heel, get the baby face out of your corner." I said, "He's not going to tag. You
Yeah.
know, it's an invisible wall somewhere right there
Right.
that when I'm selling, I can't cross. And I
Hmm.
can't, I make myself invisible. I hope I'm not going over anybody's head here or
No, I
talking.
think what you're
Well, you
talking
got me
about.
on the damn road. Who you at there? You got me on the road, Bobby.
What I think you're talking about, Ricky, is just a simple like the psychology of it. And when
Thank
we're
you.
we're trying to make people believe that this is these guys are more capable, but these guys are doing underhanded shit to get the advantage.
But
And so if you go out there as a heel and you hit some of your you quote unquote get some of your shit in,
yeah,
then there's no reason for you to cheat.
well,
So
you see, now
we're
that's,
burying everybody.
but now I'm going back to what we started off this whole fucking conversation about. All right? Is your agents don't have the experience to know what I'm talking about, and they
Yeah.
don't have the experience because they never worked main event. And guys, I'm not knocking you. Everybody, every guy and every girl in this business, I'm from the old school. I love you.
Hmm.
We're a different breed. We're all apart, and I know our business has changed. So don't think I'm knocking you.
Hmm.
But there, I know I never, like I told you, I never had a. I know there's a place for me somewhere in one of these companies where I can go there and sit down and make these guys understand in a tag match. Let's try it this way just for one
Yeah.
night.
Yeah.
You ever noticed right here? But they go to the ring and they fight. Well, you'll have one person way over here, one person way over here, one
Yeah.
person way over here. Now, which one's the crowd watching?
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Why don't you be invisible for let one get in the ring, the other get in the ring?
Right.
And I've been guilty of this too. When the guys fight all over the building, only people can see is the ones that standing 10 feet from you. Nobody else in the whole building can see.
Right.
Get your
Well,
ass.
and to add another layer to that, Ricky, if your role with you and Robert, your role is to sell and to get them to get the people to want to see that hot tag. If it's all over
Yeah.
the building, then they're not seeing you put the this stuff over to build that. And so like you're it's like going to build a house and forgetting to, bring the bricks. Like you're not going to build the house.
Do you have it? Now you got you. This is what we're going to. I
Hmm.
don't have the answers to everything.
No.
Nobody does.
Hmm.
I'm 50 years in this business, and
Hmm.
each guy out there that's listening to this, if you're training or you've been in our business for a while, I still learn something new every day.
Yeah.
Every day I learn something new.
Yeah.
I take advice from some of the guys that's under me that maybe we try to see because they might know something that I didn't know. Even because I'm older than them don't mean I can't learn.
Yeah.
I'm not, shit. Let's, like let's try it this way tonight. One of the guys.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try it. If it works, it works. If it don't, fuck it, don't work. We know it won't work.
Right. Well, and that's the only way you find out what does
Yeah,
work is by trying things, and the business itself goes on and will always be why because it does evolve. It has to evolve. If things don't evolve and there's no progress, then it will cease to exist. However, it keeps that the one thing you can say that is always going to be true is that like there's always something to learn. There
yes,
just always is because the
that's right.
evolution
How
never
many
stops.
times? And I know you do. You're just like me. How many times you watch the wrestling shows and you're thinking to for yourself, "What the fuck are you doing? Where are
Hmm.
you going to?
Hmm.
Where are you?" And then the next week comes, and it's nothing even about that
Yeah.
no more. That's what really gets me, and this is what I love to do in my business, is to
Hmm.
come and teach some of these guys that it's not about you. I'm talking about tag team wrestling. It's
No, I
about
mean,
it's about the team. It's
uh,
about what you're going, and it's about you guys telling the story for the next match you're gonna have.
mhm.
What it's about, and that's what we sowed. It was a big deal back then, but because Robert and I got over in Memphis, but we didn't get over.
I read, not to interrupt you, although that's what I just did, but I read that you had a singles um, feud in Memphis with Randy Savage.
Okay, now I made we made that own gimmick, and the reason why. See, it's another thing. A lot of people don't know this right here. Randy Savage and I. were the first ones to go through a table.
In Memphis. This was
Okay.
happening in
Yep.
Memphis.
And it was accident.
Oh.
Randy was a wild and crazy. I loved Randy. Good shit. But see, Randy was a safe guy. He took care of you. And Randy goes, and they had that big old hard table that Lance Russell and them set out every Monday night. And we went out to the floor and he said, "Hey man, trust me, I'm gonna power drive you on this table." But we got on top of that big old table and they power drive me and it broke.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And
So
we
how
were
does Ricky, how does a guy like Randy or anyone at that time, how do you get that reputation for being someone that is going to take care of you, or how do you get the opposite reputation? Like how does that
well, when you hurt
happen then?
somebody, you know.
Right.
If you're somebody that hurt somebody, you're marked man.
Okay.
And Randy wasn't. Randy was a hell of a worker, guys.
Right.
You know what? Lanny was too.
Mhm.
Those guys could work, but this was like in a tag match when this happened,
Mhm.
and that wasn't even the finish. And back then, you had to go do the finish.
Right.
Uh,
And this is when table spots didn't exist.
okay, and when he power drive me through that table, go back and watch. I didn't get up. He's
Right.
telling me, "You got to get up. We got to do a finish." I didn't get up. I sewed it.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Now, would that be from? So, are you thinking because that wasn't necessarily planned, but it happened, and then are you thinking to yourself
I
like,
was
okay,
thinking in real life, what would have happened?
right, I got to be out. I got to be out of commission for
Yes.
weeks.
Listen to me. And me and Randy went off into a little thing together. And then it came back with me and Robert against Lanny and Randy.
Hmm.
We made our own. We were up on the fabulous ones, so we didn't have nothing. We made our own little angle
Hmm.
ourselves. And
Hmm.
back then you didn't do that, but it
Oh,
just so happened it happened.
right.
And then that's when Randy left and went to WWF, and
Okay.
and then we left and went to Louisiana for Bill Watts, and
Hmm.
buddy, that's when we exploded
Yeah.
with the Midnight Express. So, I mean, we
Hmm.
exploded.
Well,
And
it's interesting to think too. I mean, all those kind of things they line up, and I don't know. I mean, I'm a Christian, so like I believe that there's a plan, and I don't know how much God pays attention to pro wrestling, but I do think that like we say often, like and the stars they aligned, but I think it is. It's his plan, and that's what it was at that time, and
and
that's
listen, I'm 69 years old, and I'm glad that you just said that. I'm Ricky Morton. Yeah, I say fuck.
yeah.
Yeah, I say shit. But
You
I
and me
believe
both,
you.
sir.
But you do not even realize. And one day, me and you will sit down and remind me. I want to talk to you one day
Yes, sir.
about some of the things I've seen in my lifetime in this business that God's miracles,
Hmm.
just things that have happened. And I run into a lot of people all the time that question me about my faith.
Hmm.
And they always ask me, "Well, you just tell me one miracle God did." I said, "Go look in the mirror.
Hmm.
You're a miracle. Look
Right.
at you. You have a brain, a heart. You look at your body.
Yeah.
That's how I get out of that conversation.
Hmm.
But everything is meant, and everything has been at the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
And knowing and this is what I tell them. I said, "Man, if you ever get a break, and it don't matter what you do, if a guy comes up to you and asks you to do something, please don't say, huh." Did you get that? Don't say, huh. You're ready. Yes.
Hmm.
Do it.
Right.
Even if you don't know how to do
It's
it,
yes,
do it.
no matter what.
Yes. And it's like when, I was a Rock and Roll Express. I can't, but I can't do a thing. Dusty goes, "We're going to get a band and you're going to sing for them." I can't sing a lick. I ain't never been on the band, but
And
you know
you
what I
said,
did?
yes, sir. Show me that microphone.
Oh, look here. Where's it at? And I was horrible, but I didn't
Yeah.
care.
Yeah.
Somebody asked me one time, "Well, what would you do if this man wanted you to wear like a T-bar on TV?" I
Mm.
said, "I'd ask him what color."
There you go. Well, I mean, I take another thing that I remember from my fan days, and this is back when there was still VHS, and you would rent tapes, and the Skywalkers, like
Oh
that.
my gosh.
That was another one of the like seminal things that stuck out to me, and it was like, okay, well, there's Ricky and Robert, like it was the rock and rolls. Y'all were part of that.
Okay, now this started in Memphis, you
Hmm.
know, and this is a great thing, and it's hard to do. See, the business I told you earlier, it was business, and my daddy told me you're never going to get over the booker, or you're never going to get over the owner. Well, when we went to Louisiana, Bill Watts, the owner, retired.
Hmm.
He brought Bill Dundee as the booker, and he wouldn't let him work for he couldn't push himself.
Hmm.
Do you understand me?
Yes,
So he
sir.
brought all these matches back then, scaffold matches. He Bill brought
That
Memphis.
was a Bill Dundee thing, the
Yeah,
scaffold matches.
Bill. Yeah, he's the one that first had that match. Him and Jerry Jarrett against somebody in Memphis.
Huh.
And let me tell you how scary that shit is, buddy. You just
Oh, I can only
you
imagine.
don't even understand. Especially the first one. Let me talk to you about this. The first one we had in Louisiana, it's just a little thing. It's not even got no cables on it. It's doing
Hmm.
this. And
Hmm.
I'm up there and I'm screaming. Robert's shaking it. I'm cussing him out. And then it's about this wide to go across this thing.
Yeah.
So I told him to get two. Then the next night we got up there and it's so slick you can't stand up.
Perfect.
And listen now, the third night, because they put the scaffold up early, I got there before everybody yet got there. I don't know if you ever worked on cars or not, but you got the belt
No.
press and it goes on the belts. It makes it sticky. I
Yeah.
went and bought a can of that and sprayed on top of it up there, right? Okay, and when we got up there on top of it, Dennis Condor is walking and his feet were going. He's trying to walk and he's going, "What the hell is on?" But that was for me, well, wouldn't fall. No,
Right.
but Bill Dundee took all this stuff to to Louisiana. And then they, Dusty seen it all.
Right.
That's how me and Robert
That's
got
where I saw it.
UNWA.
Hmm.
Is
NWA.
just because, bro, we popped that territory,
Hmm.
and then Dusty come in and Jimmy Crockett, he went all out. He
Hmm.
said, "Here you go. You got the book, and here's the money. Bring the talent in."
Right. He
And
trusted him.
hey, well, no, it's just you got the best booker in the world,
Sure.
and you got the and he's telling him to bring the best workers in the world in,
Right.
and that we were young though. And when he
Yeah.
and
And you have the long-term booking, which is probably the piece of the puzzle that today is what is missing most often, is that it's booked for the short term and not the long game, and I think that was the brilliance of the time that you're talking about, is that everything was booked for the long game, and that's kind of what's missing today.
yeah, it is, and that's what's missing. But nobody and say I don't want to get on a thing where I'm saying something bad.
No, well,
But
then
a lot,
so let's
but a lot of
let's
these, can I say this before I
yes,
get?
sir.
I'm looking for something I dropped. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Some of these guys said I love you, but you have about as much business having your job as me flying the fucking space shuttle.
Right.
You hear me? They don't know what they're doing. And not
Right.
please, guys, I love you. Mwah! I love you. I love you. And if anybody's listening out there, and I'm not
But
here prepping for a job, give me 2 weeks and I'll change your fucking life.
for somebody that is doing a good job with the long-term booking today,
Hmm.
you were just there this weekend with GCW. You had talked earlier about the job that Brett Lauderdale does. Is that um, and their success, it's a result of adherence to what would be considered that old school rule or mentality of like, okay, well, I'm gonna book for the long term. I'm playing the long
Well,
game.
well, understand this right here. You know, to me, he's one of the top independent companies that are out there. But see, he knows what he wants. See, if he brought you in to do an angle with somebody,
Mhm.
he would trust you to
Mhm.
know what you can do best for his company. Now,
Right.
do you understand that? Because we don't have bookers no more,
Hmm.
and you don't have people back there that are really in charge of what you're doing.
Right.
This is your okay. Now this is your match.
Right.
Now, if you want to be on the next show, you got to do something in your match to come back for that next show.
Right.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And it's really cool. And plus, he has a whole lot of different stuff going on, different personality.
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit earlier about how and that's why GCW has been so successful. I think
Yeah.
is that they're willing to check all the boxes and have that show where there is something for everybody.
And
So
I'm not kidding you, something for everybody.
everybody, right, right,
Damn
and
right, man. And
that's an art in and of itself is to keep everybody satisfied and wanting to come back to your show, and at the end of the day, like, that's the name of the game, I would imagine. um, everybody's trying to make, you got to make a living, you got to pay those bills.
yes, and yes, you do. And it's up to you to do that. And just like anything else, if I was running the company and you wasn't doing your job for me,
Hmm.
I'm just not going to bring you back. I tell you,
Right.
but you're not doing what I want you to do, and you're
So
and I can't tell you how to step in the fucking ring. That's what's wrong with our business too, Bobby. Yeah. Sometimes you got to let these guys loose.
hmm
To me, it's been a long road. But
so they're
see,
gonna be, when's the next time that Ricky Morton, you said, did you and Carrie work for GCW this weekend also? Are you guys doing that there as well? I know you did it at BRCW.
no, Broker Tom, no, I'm now this coming weekend, man. Him's listen to me, brother. We're in the wrestling business. Him and I are in West Memphis, Arkansas. We're tag team partners.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. I get
no,
it. I get it.
yeah, but I
Where do
know.
where do we
Week
see
after
you and
that, we're
Carrie? Where do we see you and Carrie next?
me and Carrie will be in West Memphis, Arkansas this coming weekend. I have a
Okay.
seminar on Saturday, and uh,
Okay.
and then but we're booked. See, you're asking me that, so I'm booked so far ahead. I don't know where in the hell I'm at. I know that I'm going to
I
be in
hear you.
Nebraska.
I hear you. You just
Yeah,
know once you're on the flight, and when it
yeah,
lands, you know where you're going.
yes, I got you. And Bobby, I wanted to say something to you right quick, and don't think I don't know. You and your tag team partner, Kyle O'Reilly.
Yes, sir.
Y'all are a great tag team.
Oh well,
Uh,
thank
you know,
you,
I
sir.
give,
That
I
that,
give
that means a
credit.
lot.
Listen, I give credit where credit's due. I don't sit around and bullshit. Uh, that's one thing that it is about me. Don't ask me to watch your match and uh, and uh, and not say something about it. Will you watch my match? Tell you I done. Yeah, you done the shits. You're fucking
Hmm.
horrible.
Yeah.
But but see, if I petticoat it, you're not going to listen to me. I'm going to say now. This time, let's do it this way.
Hmm.
See how it works. You see what I'm saying? That's the only way you learn in our
Hmm.
business. I can be nice to y'all. I want to.
Right.
This business is it's no joke and it's no game for me. And
Mm.
if you don't want the truth, don't ask me. Okay?
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
ask me.
You got to want the answer if you're going to ask the
Yeah.
question.
And I'm not trying to rush off here. My wife is over here driving me crazy.
All
I'm,
good, sir.
I
All
got a
good. It's been a pleasure to have you on the show.
no, Bobby. Let me tell
Yeah.
you, and it's I always and a lot of you guys out there always do treat people how they treat you. If they're nice to you, be nice back to them.
Yes,
If they're
sir.
an asshole, treat them back like an asshole. But
Mm.
I have a lot of friends in this business, and I love all of you. Bobby, look at me. Look up in the mirror. Look in the camera.
Yes,
Right
sir.
in your eyes. I love you. I
I
love
love
you.
you, sir.
You
God
have,
bless you.
and
Praise the Lord.
it's always a pleasure to be around you. You're not one of them guys that brings, you met some of these guys, they walk in a dressing room and you want to go kill yourself. You know,
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
that's it, man. Hey, thank you so much
No,
for
thank you,
letting me be
Ricky. I
a part
can't.
of the show and listening to my bullshit.
Yeah,
Bye, bye,
well,
guys.
it's the bullshit that I think everybody tunes in for. At the end of the day, like it's all bullshit.
Yeah,
But you're a legend, sir. You're a credit to the business, and I
and all the
can't.
fans too. I'm not trying to get you off. If you get a chance, if it is an independent show, please come out and support it
Yeah,
because it's a dying breed, and really to tell you the truth, independent wrestling is what keeps our wrestling going. For
yeah,
you, these guys, you never know the stars you might see on Monday night or Wednesday night that come off these independent shows. So
yeah,
support us. We
yeah,
depend on you.
yeah.
Have a good
What?
night, guys. I love you.
Yes, sir. Love you too, Ricky.
Bye, Bobby.
Yes, sir. Good night.